Yo, it's your boy Coinstock back at it again, stuffing these duffel bags and collecting that cheddar. Before I begin, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm just a friend trying to educate you. All right, boys. How was your Easter? May I say that? I hope that it was a happy Easter with your family and all. And I had a good one. Had to recover, had to save my family from the dangers of alcohol by drinking it. Now, drink responsibly. I don't condone underage drinking or anything and all that jazz. But yeah, also, I have a crypto Twitter. So go ahead and follow me at Real Coinstock. So go ahead and do that. And we're also going to be doing some MUSD analysis, as you could probably tell by the title. So let's go ahead and look at the stats of MMF. So I'm going to tell you right now, all right? We're probably not going to see, let me try to put this on max if my computer will load. Yeah, so it went all the way down and, kind of coming back up. I definitely think we will not, and I repeat, will not a financial advisor or anything, see this price, like prices this low again. But, oh man, my computer's slow today. But let's go ahead. So, circulating supply, total supply, max supply. I just want to go ahead and get to the analysis. There's the market cap. So you can see all that. You can just go to, CoinGecko to look at that stuff. And then here it is on Cronos scan. So we breached 30,110 addresses, right? And that's the total supply as it says on Cronos scan. So there's that. Now, we got past that. Let's go ahead and look at this MUSD analysis. So MMF, and I mean, that's the USDC logo, but I just changed it to a different color because I didn't have the photo at the time. And I just didn't feel like switching everything out. So there's that. So let's go ahead and look at the first frame, right? So it's self-repaying. Now, IB around the MMF logo is interest-bearing tokens, right? So we'll go ahead and look at that in a minute. So you have a receipt, right? You have your MMF token, and you can lock that, and you get MUSD, and you could do whatever with it. But it also, starts getting the interest. The platform starts getting the interest, and then it kind of just pays for itself, this interest-bearing MMF, right? So how do you get it? Well, first of all, you go to like a lending platform such as Mimus or I think I'm butchering it, Mimus or Tectonic, and there's MMF, and I believe, I'm not too sure, do not quote me on it. You can also use SVN as collateral, but pretty sure I'm just sticking with MMF in this video though. And like it's 241.37% to lend out. So that's pretty juicy. You get like 4.83% of ARM Mimus, by the way. But once you lend it here, and I believe let's click on it real quick. I haven't used this yet. So you deposit it in here, and then you approve your MMF, get the MMF in here. You receive these new tokens as like a receipt that you're actually staked in there, called interest-bearing MMF. So you stake the MMF, and then you get out interest-bearing MMF from the receipt until you withdraw. Then you give the interest-bearing MMF, and you get the MMF that you put in. All right. So now let's say you deposit and you take the MMF. Well, you get the interest-bearing MMF. You can lock it into the new MUSD StableSwap platform, and you can lock it in here, and you can borrow against it. Well, it's not only that; they're also trying to do this Frax. Well, with the Frax platform, what it's trying to do, so it's like partially collateralized stablecoin. So it'll take a few of your interest-bearing MMF. And it will also take USD. Kind of confusing. We'll get more into it later in the video, but so you could do whatever with it and it will repay itself. That's just a self-repaying thing within itself. So let's go to the next frame. So the next frame, leveraging. So first of all, yet again, with the interest-bearing MMF that we got on Mimus, right? We lock that up, and there's going to be like this leveraging automated process, right? So what this does is that it takes the interest bearing, well, not the interest bearing MMF, you get your, well, yeah, so it takes your interest bearing MMF, goes and uses, well, it borrows against MMF with MUSD, and then it buys more MMF off the market, and then it puts it into MadMeerkat Finance or Tectonic or whichever the platform fancies, and then it makes it interest bearing MMF, and then it does it. Well, it just depends on how many times leveraging you want to do. If you want to do 3 times, then this cycle of borrowing against, buying more, and then putting it in the platform, and then getting interest bearing and doing it again like 3 times, the cycle, and it could change 900% APY to like 60,000% APY. So it can be risky. So do your own research. But I mean, it's very like all types of free money's being made, my brothers. All right. This is also like a video within itself, and like what type of strategies there are. I'm just like showing you that it can really appreciate the price of MMF because it's constantly being bought off the market. And also it's being locked up in lending platforms too. So I could totally see MadMeerkat, I know I'm butchering that name, but I could totally see MadMeerkat getting all types of fees within its own, like within its own platform. So that might be another token to hold, the MadMeerkat token. So, I mean, I'm just like, skimming through it really. Let's go to the next frame. So the next frame is the planned minting process. So we'll look at the article real quick, right? And it says, ideally, we wish to allow minting MUSD tokens through a partially collateralized behavior. The general mechanics would be to mint MUSD tokens by supplying a portion of USDC and MMF tokens where the MMF tokens are burnt. Okay, so what they want to do, the planned process, which is kind of like, they wanted to do a little frax scenario where, like, let's say 75%, I'm not saying this is the thing, but like 75% is USDC and 25% is MMF, but the 25% MMF they want to burn. I don't know exactly how that works, because like if, let's say we do burn this, then like the backing for MUSD would only be like USDC, 75% of that. So it'd be like 75 cents to the dollar. I don't exactly know how that's going to work. And maybe like SVN, if they're also like picturing partially collateralized stablecoins with SVN, maybe it might hold peg, but I don't know. We'll have to see. You know how crafty the devs are. All right. So after that, MUSD could be cross-chain. As you can see, there's Ethereum, there's Avalanche, there's Arbitrum, there's BNB chain, there's Phantom, countless amount of chains that this could be crossing with, especially with the StableSwap for sure. Well, let's go ahead and look at how many chains there could be. That's like, so there's Ethereum, Avalanche, Arbitrum, you get the point, but there's so many chains that could hold liquidity for MUSD, right? So we could totally see this, like this platform that's about to be on the launchpad, the StableSwap, the collateralized, well, partially collateralized loans, all that jazz, MUSD. We could see them on all these chains, right? We could potentially. I'm not saying that they would. I'm just saying, it's whatever. Now, the like MUSD cross chain, right? So we get the point of that. It could also be cross chain, but also the StableSwap. And I just have like just a list of things because the platform really isn't up. There's just too many variables, but there's better slippage on stables, which people love, incentives to provide liquidity, such as like the BURROW token. Maybe we'll see some sort of yield farming if you put like the try liquidity, such as DAI, USDT, and MUSD all in one. And maybe even 4 with like did I say USDC or BUSD, whatever. Put that all together and you could probably mint more BURROW, which you can get more dividends which right there, dividends and governance. So there's that, but it's also BURROW's a limited supply. So I'm very excited to see where BURROW will go. But I didn't even make a frame for that, which BURROW in its own right, oh man, it should have its own too. But so basically there's possible voting escrow. That's just too long to explain. We'll probably do a different video on that. There's probably not a need to even talk about it really, because it might not even happen with this project specifically. Maybe kick the can down the road for Finance to have voting escrow. Who knows? But we'll see. And the stables, there will be more liquidity for cross-chain capabilities. As we've seen, that all the chains that are connected to the in the bridge, could totally see some more liquidity for those, in the StableSwap, more liquidity for people to exchange, less fees. I can't be mad at that. And then there's project innovation and integration, and that within itself is just, that's a given, because that's what Finance does. I mean, I'm not saying that they would do it, but I'm just saying there's tons of stuff that you could definitely do with the StableSwap and the loans, and just overall governance side of it too. So we'll have to see all of that. But then there's also these strategies too, right? So you take out your loan, you get your MUSD, you could swap it to MMO, and then the MMO sitting there, and you could just stake and earn to get Crow, and then all the Crow interest could go back to MUSD, and then, back to MUSD, and you could repay your debt, and you would still have the MMO that you just got swapped with MUSD to get MMO. Now that's just one of many strategies. You could also do the same thing with, M shares with SVN, swap it, boom shakalaka, and you get to keep your M share. But there's so many, countless amount of strategies you could do with your borrowed MUSD. It's endless. But even then, if MMO, the price appreciates, you can just sell the remaining of your debt to MUSD, and you get to keep your little portions of MMO. Like I said, the possibilities are just endless. But other than that, I mean, I had really nothing to talk about. But for instance, let's go ahead and look at it real quick. MMO right here, 620.59%. I don't know how many days that would be in the year, but it's pretty darn short if you put in a hefty, a good chunk of change of your borrowed, just your MUSD really, right? Just put your MUSD, swap your MUSD as MMO, and then boom shakalaka, stake it, get wrapped Crow rewards, and you could take that out, and then you could repay it in the platform. But I'm not a financial advisor or anything. I'm just keeping you up to date on the down low. But other than that, I got nothing else to talk about really. I'm just I had a great Easter. I hope you had a great Easter, and I hope everything was fine. And we could totally with all this stuff going on, we could totally see this appreciate quicker, and just an ungodly amount of gains, right? But yeah, like I said, that's pretty much it. So I guess I'll see you guys later.